Hi Leo, this is your forecast for the year 2017 first quarter. This is a general reading for Leo Sun, Leo Rising, or Leo Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited my site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So Leo, the first quarter and the first month of January starts with the Knight of Wands, and this could very well be you. This is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. So in the month of January, you are on a mission. There is something that you want to accomplish, and it's driven by your desire, your ambition, and your passion. So maybe you're doing some traveling, maybe you're involved in some kind of negotiation, you may be in some kind of competition, starting a project, maybe you are starting some type of enterprise. So this is you involved in something that you find challenging. You're on a mission, as I said, driven by your passion. So this is going to be a month in January of high energy situations, a lot of coming and going. But it could also include some kind of discord, some kind of quarrel. You love a challenge, but you don't necessarily like to be challenged, or whoever this is. So this could be a month where you are very focused on using your talents to gain attention, getting recognition. You may be very self-oriented in your pursuits. You're very good at looking out for yourself. You could be determined, persevering, really pushing through. You want to achieve some type of goal. And you're very astute with regard to other people, their intentions. You're not easily fooled by others. And in fact, you could be less sensitive to other people during this period. You relate more easily to somebody who is not trying to push your buttons or challenge you in any way. And so this is going to be a month in the beginning of the quarter where you really need to work on developing your relationship skills and having that interaction with people where there is equality, a sense of give and take. So you're very on the move. You're putting your efforts relentlessly into something, and because you're so passionate about it, you could find out that you could find yourself becoming very impulsive or hot-headed, or you may be worrying too much about what you appear to be, or your money or your future, and there could be something that somebody or someone that you need to confront, some challenge that threatens you in some way, threatens your personal space, or that keeps you from becoming who you think you should be. Or there could be a partnership or a connection or some pursuit that suddenly loses its luster for you. So you may become confrontational, and somehow you're wasting your energy or not using your energy productively. There's a lack of taking some type of action, and it could even lead to some estrangement or cutting some ties. Now, for some of you, you're very passionate about what you're doing, you're involved in something, but there may not necessarily be that total follow through. By the end of whatever it is you're involved in, maybe, you've just moved on to something else, because you can be easily bored. Now, hopefully you're not coming in contact with the shadow part of the Knight of Wands. So if you are, this is, an opportunist, somebody who's untrustworthy. They love conflict. Maybe they're promising a lot, but they're not delivering. Could be unreliable or irresponsible, or constantly changing. But in the beginning of the first quarter, you are likely to either start something or end it suddenly. And maybe somebody is extending some type of offer or proposal to you, or perhaps you are doing that. And this may be someone that you've worked with or connected to in the past. But for others of you, you're stepping out there to take a risk with a partnership, but you may ultimately regret that. There's something about timing for you in the month of January that's going to be off. Maybe there's something that you were putting your energy and efforts into, your money, whatever, and you were pouring all of that energy into it because you felt it held some promise or potential. And unfortunately, it's not going to pan out. Or there could be something in the beginning of the year where you have given up. Maybe you're not putting a lot of stock into it, and lo and behold, it suddenly works out and takes off for you. So you're going to be very intuitive with regard to your career and your finances, and that your passion and ambition is going to be driving situations, and it's going to be either working for you or against you. You may again be impulsive, rash, moving too quickly, pushing too hard, involved in confrontation with others. This could be in your work atmosphere. Now, by the middle of the quarter, there's an ongoing struggle. You are struggling with something, either with yourself, not being able to make a decision, or struggling with other people. There could be some competitors that you're dealing with. Maybe you are dealing with some underhanded opponents, but there is a sense of unease with regard to your career and your finances. You may have to defend yourself in some way. Maybe you're being challenged, or again, just participating in something that's extremely competitive. So ambition, power struggles, ego, those are all running through situations in the middle of the first quarter. And it could even end up with some of you involved in some kind of legal proceedings in some way. So once again, this drive, this passion, this fire is going to create some unexpected events where you are questioning yourself, you're questioning the work that you're doing, your goals, your finances, your budget, the people, whether the people you're connected to are indeed the people you should be with. For others of you, you're coming together with others. You may be involved in some conferences or improving something, or meetings where you actually try to work to solve situations. And so for you, you may be stepping out there more, putting yourself out there, taking on more responsibility, volunteering to do more. And regardless of whether people are being disruptive or difficult, you may just decide to, bite the bullet and move forward rather than overstepping your boundaries. But for some of you, this is a definite struggle. Maybe you're struggling for money, or struggling with your budget, or struggling with other people, and other people are making things more difficult than necessary. There could be a continuous sense of dissatisfaction within the work environment, where there's a lot of disagreement and discord without ever really getting down to the true root of what the real issues are. And so it may be difficult for you to get along with other people. And you may feel in the middle of this quarter that you are constantly dealing with problems, issues, trying to put things to rest, tie up loose ends, one after another, until you realize that you are burning yourself out and not really getting ahead. Now, by the end of the first quarter, you have some tie to this Queen of Wands. Now, maybe this is you. Maybe you've gained, in status in some way. You've moved up from the Knight to become a Queen, and where your social skills are going to be very important. You may be trying to influence the direction of something, take over and have something move to the outcome that you desire. For others of you, this could be an actual person, another fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. And this is somebody who may be a boss or a supervisor or somebody very career oriented. Maybe it's you, maybe you're involved in a lot of projects. So this could be, toward the end, this real determination and this desire to influence other people. Whether you or someone else, maybe somebody is pursuing their own interests and they're very passionate about having a particular outcome, and there's a lot of self-promotion and someone being very protective about their interests. There's a strong love of money here, and leadership abilities as well. But in the negative, this is somebody who may be scheming, who may be vengeful, or their ambitions are frustrated, or they may feel they hold more importance than they actually do. So they may be putting aside, their own needs to serve others, or vice versa. So there could be ruthlessness in competition that you're having to deal with. Somebody who's unyielding or temperamental, or maybe they're allowing pride to get in the way of their objectivity. This could be toward the end of the first quarter, a period where you or someone else is really seeking to be noticed. Now, maybe you want your efforts to be recognized. You want your contributions to be noted. And maybe you're going out of your way to take a stand about that, but you could be doing it in ways that are too aggressive and end up alienating you and undermining what it is you're trying to achieve. For others of you, you've been doing some good work, you've been putting in a lot of effort, and you are getting the appreciation and notice of others. You may even have people that come calling to you, offering you jobs, offering you proposals, wishing to hire you. So this could be, again, a real month about being original in the way you approach something, being strong-minded, deliberately pursuing your goals. There's a real concern for, creating some kind of security for your family, your community. And if this is not you, this is somebody that may be either an advocate for you or a strong supporter, but she could easily be working against you as well. She's not going to be she's not going to withhold any criticism. She's going to be completely blunt about any shortcomings. Now, your advice card is, we are each responsible for the thoughts we think. When you are in alignment with who you really are, you cannot help but uplift those with whom you come into contact. Your value to those around you hinges upon only one thing: your personal alignment with Source. And the only thing you have to give to another is an example of that alignment, which others may observe, then desire, and then work to achieve. But you cannot give it to them. Everyone is responsible for the thoughts they think and the things that they choose as their objects of attention. So it does seem that you are struggling with others. And the message is that if you are in alignment with your authentic self, your highest self, that your way through any conflicts, battles, opponents is to remain true within that conviction of who you are and act with integrity. And by doing so, you set an example that others will either follow or not, but you are to remain true to your course. So the first quarter, you could find, issues where there's a lack of commitment, or maybe there is conflict or discord where someone is struggling to try to change the course of something, struggling for recognition, struggling for their contributions to be recognized and accepted. Now, with regard to romance, just know that this may not apply to you. It's very difficult to do a love reading that's general. So if this resonates with you, then obviously it's for you. If it doesn't, please ignore it. The first card you have in the beginning of the quarter is the Page of Cups. So this is water energy. This could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. And this is the seed of something with regard to emotions. And so for some of you, maybe this is the beginning of getting involved with someone. Or maybe this is some kind of attachment or connection that you have with the person, and you got involved without really fully thinking about what the consequences would be later of getting involved with this person. There's a lot of emotional undercurrent that is running between what this person is saying and what their actions are, and one or both of you are very sensitive to that underlying influence. Now, some of you, this is going to be a month in the beginning where there are a lot of social invitations. Maybe, somebody's getting engaged or married or pregnant. There's a birth. So there could be a lot of social activities in the beginning of the first quarter. But now, for some of you, this is about somebody who maybe you're dealing with someone who's younger. Or there's a sort of naivete with regard to romance. This could be somebody who's acting foolishly with regard to love. Or somebody who is easily influenced. But for many of you, in the beginning of the first quarter, you're going to realize that how you feel about someone, a potential partner or the person that you're with, your feelings are changing. Now, if you were involved with somebody or you had a connection that was like a friendship, or you were in the beginning stages of a romance, you may suddenly begin to feel that you like what you see in this person, and maybe this could develop into something more solid and more, this could strengthen your relationship. And for others of you, there was a period of time where you were absorbed into something else, and you're reconnecting with your partner in ways that make you realize and appreciate the beauty of your partner and the love that you feel for that partner. So you could be falling in love all over again with whoever you're with. For some of you, this is going to mean that you're willing to get out there and meet new people socially. And for still others of you, this means that there has been a significant shift somewhere along the line, and you are rethinking your relationship and feeling as if this is not working. It can't go any further. Now, by the middle of the quarter, you have this Queen of Swords. So there very well could be some kind of separation or breakup, or maybe you're dealing with someone that you had broken up with before. But this is someone, maybe an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And whoever you're dealing with, or this could be you, you're taking this very practical stance. Love has to make sense at this point. And there's a lot of cynicism attached to the prospect of love. Now, this could be somebody who is very intellectual. This is someone who really can maintain herself in a conversation. And she's got a lot of opinions about a lot of things, but usually she's got the communication skills that shows that she's got the knowledge without appearing arrogant. So this is someone who is generally level-headed. They're fair. They're not easily manipulated emotionally. And they're very independent. They're not going to be a footnote in the relationship. So this is somebody who also could be, and maybe this is you, maybe you're looking at several options. You're talking to different people at one time, and you're trying to make your mind up about, what's best for you. This is somebody who's not necessarily very forgiving. You know exactly what you like, or this other person does. And this is a decision where there needs to be more than just a physical connection. This isn't somebody who's going to participate in a relationship merely for physical gratification. Now, in the negative, this is somebody who can be very emasculating to her partner. You know, in an argument, she's always going to be right. Maybe she overthinks things, or she's got to be in control or dominate a situation, or it's difficult for her to deal with life and the challenges that happen. This could be somebody who has experienced a lot of hardship in relationship, whether that's being divorced or separated, a single parent, experiencing some real life lessons through pain and hardship in life, and those are filtered through this person's demeanor and their approach. Now, if this person has been betrayed, this can be somebody who is extremely fierce in their opposition, or maybe they are vague about what is, going on in their mind. There may be issues during the middle of the quarter that deal with irrational fears, jealousy, being antagonistic, indecisive, a lack of intimacy, having to rethink things, or needing to compromise. So those could be issues that you're facing in the middle of the month. It could be that you or the other person is putting so much attention into trying to acquire the relationship that someone is not being quite honest. They're misrepresenting who they are in order to win this person over. And you may be coming together with somebody that you've been through a lot of things with, and you feel like that is the basis of the relationship. You've both been through a lot, but that's not necessarily an indication that you should be together. So you could be coming together with someone because you both share a history of emotional disappointment. And for others of you, this is just about the quest. It's about getting that affection and that validation more than anything else, rather than dealing with the reality of having a relationship. Now, by the end of the quarter, you have this Two of Cups. So perhaps, maybe there's a connection that's taking place. Maybe that you have found some type of emotional balance, and maybe you have even repaired your relationship. Because this is a card about mutual exchanges, having a rapport with another person, reconciling and ending any hostilities. So some of you may be, solidifying your relationship, maybe even getting engaged. For others of you, you've realized that your feelings have changed. The relationship, as far as a romance, really can't go any further. Maybe this has become a platonic relationship. Now, if you weren't able to, avert any disasters within your relationship and things came to a head, this could be the end of a relationship. Maybe you're separating and you realize that there's no love there, that one of you is not feeling the other one. It could be some rejection, or you still have a troubled relationship where there are issues of incompatibility and infidelity, or a violation of trust in some way. So there's some resentment about the inequity within the relationship. So if you're on good ground, and this could be a time where you are willing to yield and compromise in order to save your relationship or solidify your relationship. And one of the ways you could do this is by sharing the same interests, finding common goals to align together to move forward. For others of you, especially if you're single, the last month of the first quarter, you're going to find that there are some social opportunities that open up your romantic possibilities. But again, if you were not on solid ground, it's possible that you're going to disagree with your partner about which direction to move in. So this is going to be a period where depending on what your situation is, either you're going to become a fierce opponent of your partner or a powerful, supportive ally to your partner. So either you're going to strengthen that love between you and feel more loyal and devoted to one another, or you're going to become more suspicious and irritated. So this would be a period, if you care about the relationship, to try to build on your understanding. Otherwise, any kind of resentment or feelings of uncertainty could grow and contaminate your relationship. And ultimately, you may decide that this person that you were so deeply in love with and maybe couldn't live without is someone that's getting on your last nerve. Now, the card you have is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And so this is all about rekindling passion or finding the passion. Now, maybe for some of you, there's been a change. You fell more deeply in love with your partner, or you met somebody that really thrills you. And so for you, you found a great love. There's passion involved, and you feel excited about life. Now, for others of you, this is an opportunity for you to revive that passion by working on your relationship. Part of that will have to do with finding your own personal passion about life in order to for that to spill over into your relationship. This is a card that says the foundation for any feeling of passion in your relationship begins with you and what you feel passionate about. So feeling good about where you are in your own life inspires you to motivate your partner romantically. And if you are single, there could be something that you are passionate about that leads you to your romantic partner and some opportunities. Now, the theme for this reading is the Nine of Pentacles, the tribe. And to me, this seems to say, should I go it alone or versus the group? What should I take for me versus what should I give to others? With regard to business, this is going to be a quarter where you focus on being self-sufficient, being self-reliant. You're looking for personal independence, becoming your own person. There's a desire for financial security. You may have some fortunate connections, maybe to family. There could be some fortunate business deals that come your way. There may be ties to property or unearned income for you. And some of you are focused on self-employment, and some of you are focused on just learning to master your resources. And this is a period where it is all about you. And the more that you depend on you to achieve your success by being determined and persevering and following through, the more likely you are to succeed rather than waiting for other people to accommodate what you want to happen. Because in that case, you're likely to end up disappointed. So this is all about personal achievement and self-reliance. Now, as far as relationships, this may be where you're considering whether it's best to couple up with someone or whether you should go it alone. You may enjoy your own company, or maybe you're so focused on what you're trying to do that you don't have time to give attention to a relationship. For some of you, there are feelings of being attracted to someone and feeling as though they are just beyond your reach, whether that's you or the other person. So there's an ideal, but you can't get close to that person. Now, the tribe is all about your group, your sense of community, your sense of belonging, what you are giving and your place in your group. So maybe there are some new connections to groups or friendships or communities or partnerships. You may be working together with others to have a greater sense of fulfillment. And you are learning about community and sharing and what your contribution is, no matter how small or how great that is. Now, as far as relationships, maybe you're learning what you share in common and those things that you don't. And you're learning that sometimes you're the follower or sometimes you're the leader and vice versa. This is about a balance, a give and take, and accepting people as they are, flaws and everything. So this is a time for you to try to create the best version of who you are, to create the best experience of who you can be together with another person. Now, you may find yourself with like-minded people, and there could be a lot of opportunities that are going to yield abundance for you, where you should be asking yourself what you can contribute rather than what you can get out of the situation. So this is about, trying to manifest in ways that are meaningful. And when you do, opportunity is going to come to you. This is also telling you about, living your authentic self. You cannot be all things to all people. So again, remaining in your lane, true to who you are, and acting with integrity and authenticity will allow you to meet accomplishment. So you have to be careful of compromising who you are and your integrity in order to fit in. And by owning your personal power, the trueness of who you are is the way to empower yourself. And being who you are and stepping up to your role and making sure that you're not paying a price just for recognition or fame or fortune is extremely important. Now, the underlying card for this reading is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is all about cooperation, working with others, finding common ground. So there are issues of making those connections where you both can work for mutual benefit. Perhaps you are looking at your work situation, your relationships, your finances, and you're realizing areas where there are some things that are just not working, some things that need to be improved or repaired. Now, if you have put in due diligence during this first quarter, you may be starting something new. There could be some opportunities. Maybe you're launching something, or maybe you are taking your relationship to the next level, or you're getting a new job, or you're improving on your job, you're getting a promotion. This could be a period where you wrap up some things, you conclude some situations or projects that you've been working on, and you know, again, exactly what's working and what's not working in your life. And you should also be coming to the realization of what you're holding on to that's holding you back from being your best self and achieving what you want and what you deserve. So it may be time for you to clear the clutter, bad habits, emotional dependencies, people that are insecure, people that are not providing you the fulfillment that you need, and in areas where you are falling short with regard to other people. So this could be a period where you're realizing where there has been material or emotional misrepresentation, either on your part or the part of others. And so until you clear those issues up, you will not be able to move forward on a new job or a new project or in a new relationship. So this is all about hard work, being competent, being diligent, and being mindful of being pretentious or not putting in good effort or merely being a social climber. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. Have a wonderful 2017 and make it count.